Hey guys, so yesterday I went out and bow fished for about an hour or two, and then at first light decided to do some bass fishing. There was a lot of topwater action, so the only thing I had rigged up at the time that was somewhat close was a salty super fluke. So I tossed it out there, jerked it a couple times, and absolutely smashed a really nice striper. Um, Not a whole lot of action after that. I ended up catching a little largemouth, maybe 2.5, 3 pounds. So I think that the plan is probably the same tonight. It's about 2 a.m. I just finished up respooling a reel that I've got. I ended up buying some Suffix 832 Super line for a different bait caster, and I really liked that line. So I went and bought another spool of it. Just threw it on my SLX, and I'm going to tie up a Super Spook Junior. Think I'm going to try that right at first light. See what that does for me. So that is currently the plan. So I guess I will see you guys out there. I don't think there's going to be a whole lot of bow fishing footage tonight. I don't have a whole lot of battery for my GoPro. So I think that I'm probably going to save a lot of it for first light, see if I can't get some bass fishing. So, till then. So, I've actually been out here for a little bit now. I kind of figured I would troll through a little cove on my way out to the main lake. Kind of just try to get a little feel for how the night might go. We're still kind of a little bit in the slower part of the year. The water temperature is just not that warm yet, but the water clarity is a lot better tonight than it has been. I ended up missing one and hit one, so I've got one in the can already. But I didn't want to start wasting battery if it seemed like it was going to be a really slow night. Still don't know exactly how it's going to go. Might have just been a total coincidence that one cove had a couple of fish in it. But I think what I'm probably going to do is just go ahead and run down the like 45-50% that I've got on this battery, and then that'll probably be it for bow fishing, because I'd really like to get a little bit of footage if I can hook into some bass today. I do think I'm gonna go ahead and stick it out until first light. So hopefully we can put a couple in the boat before then. So far so good. I did switch my arrows. I started shooting the TNT 3 barbs. I had broken a few knocks already this season and went to order some arrows. Figured I'd go ahead and switch. I kind of noticed that I was losing a few fish on the regular 2 barbs that come on the AMS arrows. And so far I like these 3 barbs. The only thing I will say is that they do some serious damage. The very first fish that I shot with them, it was actually last night. This is only the second time I've used them. But the very first fish I shot, I ended up losing it because I hit him low, and man, it blew out the bottom of his belly. And I got him up to the boat and went to pull him in, and it was just a gaping hole. So as soon as I pulled him out of the water, it ended up coming out. But so far I actually really like them. It seems like they do well and they hold well for the most part, as long as you lay a really good shot on them. So kind of had to get off the main lake. It was dead calm when I got out here, but the wind did pick up some, and we got a south wind, and this lake runs pretty perfectly north and south. So that wind is just ripping up the lake. It really just kind of sucks because this cove is just never clear. It's a little bit better tonight than it is a lot of other times, but it is pretty much always a mess. And I know there's plenty of fish back in here, but it's a little bit difficult to shoot fish that you can't really see. So it is currently raining. Been pretty slow morning, surprisingly. It's kind of drizzled on and off. Rain's kind of steady right now, but I had a decent little largemouth come up and hit my fluke earlier. Really kind of more of a nudge, and I kind of let off, paused for a second. He came back up and kind of just nudged it again and took off, and that's pretty much been it. Really not even seen as much hit top water. Kind of just been throwing a little bit of everything, trying to get something to work, but doesn't seem like they want anything that I have today. So I'm gonna try for a little bit longer, and then I'll probably call it a morning so I can get a little bit of sleep before work. Got it. He's just a little guy. Little fella. Put him back in here. You know, something that always cracks me up being out here during the day. Really mainly because I pretty much live life at night. So that's why most of what I do is bow fishing. And I've noticed the last couple of days, and don't get me wrong, I know it's public, so people have the right to go wherever, but it's like yesterday. I was in a cove even smaller than this one. I hear a boat pulling up, and I'm kind of just keeping an eye, and every time I look over my shoulder, they're getting closer and closer and closer. And I'm like, I get that it's public, but I guess to me, I would never do that to another fisherman. Especially because during the week, this lake is relatively dead usually. It's like, there's over 8 square miles of lake surface here. And the one place you want to go is this little tiny cove where somebody's already at. And I don't know. Maybe I'm stupid for thinking that way, but it's just always been odd to me. You know, if I pull up to a cove and somebody else is in it, I'm going somewhere else, you know? Alright, I'm gonna try this area out. I just cast a couple times and had something come up and hit, so hopefully it turns out. try, but better than nothing. There we go. Hoping I can catch one or two more before my battery dies. Unfortunately, I haven't been very good about charging them. Another little guy. No big ones today, but I think I'm probably going to go ahead and shoot across the lake, head back into the cove with the boat ramp. I'll probably fish a couple more spots in there. If I have enough battery, I will try to record a little bit more, but I'm sure that battery's probably getting pretty low at this point, so if it's too low for it to be worth turning it back on, I'd appreciate anybody that's watched, and hopefully there's plenty more to come.